This shelf road is scary. Uh-oh. You see, I almost gave up climbing up here a few times because it became too difficult, too rocky, too whatever. Too unfit for a full-size truck. Well, definitely unfit for a full-size truck. But we pushed through anyway. And it was so worth it. This is so cool. I've never seen this. I've seen videos and pictures, but never in real life. Holy freaking cow. Unbelievable view. Man, I keep banging the differential on rocks. Hopefully I'm not gonna split it open on this trip. I have embedded GPS coordinates and trail names throughout the video for anyone looking to map this out. So we are rolling out of the campsite. It was a great night. I slept like a dead person. So anyway, we are still in the Black Rock Desert, and the next stop will be Fly Canyon. What is it? Fly something Canyon. And it's supposed, I mean, from the campsite we saw a body of water in that direction, so there might be a river or a lake or something like that. And after that we're gonna hit a couple of different spots on the Black Rock Desert, ending up on a playa, which should be a fun thing because you can go very fast and it's very flat and so forth. So should be a cool and fun day. We are still inching toward Fish Creek Canyon, and you can see that up ahead it becomes greener, and somewhere around 2-3 o'clock of where the truck is, I'm gonna probably turn to the direction now. You can see trees or tall shrubberies or bushes, which tells me that there's some kind of water there. So maybe there's a lake or a river or a stream or something like that, which will be interesting to see. Yeah, we're getting closer and the trail became very narrow, and it looks like the dirt is a bit wet. It's not fully dry. So this may be some kind of a flood zone that probably in the rain it's all full of water, or maybe a little bit full of water. But I just have to pay attention. I deliberately do not put four-wheel drive. So if it becomes wet and I get stuck, I want to get stuck early and not get all the way in and then get stuck. But it doesn't look like it's very wet, it's just damped. It doesn't look like this on the top, but I feel the truck kind of sliding a little bit. But no big deal. At one point very soon we're gonna make a right and then continue to inch toward Fish Creek Canyon, which I'm hoping will be worth it. So we were driving toward this Fish Creek Canyon, and there was a gate, and then the trail ends. But it ends here, see? This might be the Fish Creek Canyon, which is probably full of water in some time of the season because it's all green, you can see. But right now, there's no trail here. I'm sure there are other ways to get there. So we got out of that little spot, and yesterday we saw some water in that direction, and even now there's a lot of green in that direction, and there are a couple of trails that go there. One of them stops in the middle, one of them continues. So we're gonna go and just explore a little bit, just to see what's there, see if there's any type of water or lake or anything else, just to explore a little bit and discover potentially new stuff, or maybe not. So that over there, it's called Mud Meadow, which is not a good sign, but I see a gate, an open gate in front of us, and I think it's right after the gate, yeah, right after the gate, or maybe even right before the gate, there would be a left turn that will take. Maybe it's before the gate, let's see. And then, oh yeah, right before the gate. and then we'll go to this mud meadow as far as the trail can take us. So the trail ends somewhere. So mud meadow wasn't much to see, so we made a U-turn. Now we're taking this side trail that is a bit sketchy because it doesn't look like anybody was driving here lately. It's kind of a very soft type of a sandy dirt. It's not exactly sand, it's almost like solidified sod, whatever it's called. Very dusty type of stuff, but very soft. And we are crossing over this what seemed to be a lake bed of sort, and I have to be very careful that it won't suddenly become mud and I'm gonna sit down. So I'm driving very slow, two-wheel drive deliberately, and once we cross it, we're gonna connect with the trail that we were on yesterday that will take us south toward the playa and other things that we want to see. All right, we got out of the boonies. It was very hard to follow the trail because I guess people don't use that trail and it disappears and appears again. But anyway, got out, back on the main trail, going south, and the next stop will be Little High Rock Lake. I don't think it's gonna be a lake with water, probably a dry bed lake, but we'll go and check it out. It'll probably take us at least, I would say at least half an hour to get there, or maybe even more than that, because the trail going out is very bumpy and slow. You have to go 4 or 5 miles an hour. Okay, so we spent the last half an hour driving, and right now we're going to make a left to go to the direction of Little High Rock Lake or something like that. I don't know what there is to see there. I'm assuming it's just a dry lake bed, but I do see some kind of a cabin or something on my left side. I don't know if the outside camera can capture it, but anyway, the trail is a bit sandy and bumpy, but it's fun. Nice desert scenery. But anyway, we'll go to that point and see what's there. Here you can see we're getting close to this cabin. I don't have it marked on the map, so I'm not sure exactly what it is. But if it's something nice, maybe we'll stop and check it out. If it's not some private cabin. Let's see. Looks like there's an outhouse right next to it. Yeah, maybe we'll stop and check it out. Oh, it's nice out. It's sunny and breezy. Very cool. But anyway, this is the cabin. Let's see if there's anything to see here. I have to make sure that I'm not stepping on any snakes. Yeah, it's all sealed off. Don't want to stick my head in and something bites me. So this is Little High Rock Lake. Obviously it's dry, but based on the greenery, I would say that at some points during the year it's probably wet or at least muddy. But it's nice. It's probably an excellent camping spot. I'm gonna go a little more. Just have to pay attention it doesn't become mud suddenly. But it's very, I look behind me and it's all dusty, so I'm assuming no mud. If you look right in front of me on the outside camera, there are two something, maybe antelopes, maybe deer, white-tailed deer, because their butts are white, so I'm not sure. It's hard to see from this distance. But yeah, it's a dry lake bed. Fun to drive on a little bit, but it's not one of those lake beds that you go very fast.
On the map, we're in that lake area, or flat, a grey shaded area, anyway.
Right, yeah, we are in the lake right now. So we drove a little bit on the dry lake bed over there. It was fun. And now we got out and we are heading toward Little High Rock Hilton. Again, I have no idea what that is, but we are bound to find out. So the trail now is kind of nice, kind of twisty and sandy, extremely dusty. Almost reminds me some parts of the Pony Express trail. Not the crazy dust in the Pony Express trail, but some of the dust. But anyway, it's a very kind of thin, powdery like dirt or sand that is very, very dusty. But anyway, we are heading south to Little High Rock Hilton. We'll check it out, see what's there, and continue. So apparently the Little High Rock Hilton is right in front of us. Looks like it might be that bold area with those square-ish rocks. I don't know if it's an official name or not, but that's what I see. It looks like a very flat kind of a bold part that again might be good for camping. A little bit too close to the road for my taste, but some of you may not care about that. But anyway, it's still ahead of us, so maybe it's not this flat area, maybe it's something different. We'll see in a minute. So this is the Little High Rock Hilton. You can see what it says. I guess it's just a cabin. We'll go in a second. Just want to see what's around it. Yeah, just a little cabin. But the area is nice. Look, you see these rocks? Kind of cool looking rocks. Let's go inside, see what there is to see there, if any. I guess if you're a hiker or even not, you can come and sleep here. Lots of mice or rat dropping or whatever other vermins, but it's cool. Lots of people write stuff on the walls. Yeah, it's nice. So we just left the Little High Rock Hilton and got back on the main trail. The next stop is hopefully a petrified forest, which is those trees that became stone over millions of years. Now, I'm not 100% sure that I found the right spot, but I marked it on the map. If it is the right spot, we'll see petrified trees or rocks. If it's not, we're gonna see bushes and sand and mountains and sky, but not petrified forest. But cross your fingers. Even though you're gonna watch this video a couple of weeks after I took the trip, cross your fingers anyway. If there's any time travel and stuff, it may help. So the Petrified Forest, so we drove for a while. The Petrified Forest supposed to be somewhere here on my right. Probably in about, few seconds. I don't see anything. Oh, wait a minute. I think I saw something where it's on the left. Anyway, let me go to what I have marked on the map just in case. Yeah, on the map, this is where I marked it, which seems to be wrong. But I saw something on the right side there that it's almost like a petrified rock in a cage of sort. I guess they don't want people to disturb it. But let's go check it out if it's really petrified remains. But it's just one rock? I thought Petrified Forest is a forest, many of them. But maybe not. We'll see in a second. So this is the Petrified Forest leftovers or remains, I guess. But it looks like wood, it doesn't look like a rock. It looks like wood. It's supposed to be a rock, isn't it?
This area is named after George Lund of Petrified Wood in Nevada. Just a dedication. Yeah, that one. Oh, is it rock?
So is it rock or
Yeah.
wood?
I guess it's petrified wood, huh?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. So this petrified spot is called George W. Lund Petrified Forest. See the sign? But it's only that piece, and there's one small piece outside, which is I don't think I've ever seen petrified rock like this or wood like this. It's very cool. It's very hard to tell that it's rock, but it's actually rock. It looks like wood. It looks like there was a gate, but it's not a gate. It's just like a small maze that you can go through and get to the rest of the petrified wood here. This is so cool. I've never seen this. I've seen in videos and pictures, but never in real life. This is so unique. Rock that looks like wood. Amazing. Alright, so we left the Petrified Forest. We are now on this gravel road, a very good gravel road, going toward Razor Canyon and then Black Canyon. Looking at the map, Black Canyon looks a bit iffy. Lots of cliffs and turns and sharp, what do you call those? Switch turns or whatever. But right now, of course, we are on an easy road, but I have a feeling that this afternoon will be a little tricky. So we got off the main road, the main gravel road, and got into this trail, and this trail is going to take us around these mountains that you see ahead of me and kind of make almost like a horseshoe shape and end up in Razor Canyon and then Black Canyon. So far it looks nice, so it might be an interesting drive.
100.
So the side trail that we're on is called Barley Road, and it's pretty cool. It's a fairly good trail for the most part so far. It was nice and flat and smooth. You know, some parts with a bit bumpy and a little bit rocks, but for the most part you can go 20-30 miles an hour, no problem on this trail. And it's very nice. It's like you are in the middle of the boonies, so to speak. And you can see, I mean, now the way that the track is angled, you probably don't see all the nice mountains on this side, but there's nice scenery. It's kind of an enjoyable, easy, relaxed drive. I like it. Oh, nice. Check this out. We're going down into the valley. There's such a nice, oh wow, such a nice view. You can see some trails down there. I don't know which ones or if we are taking any of these, I mean, obviously this trail, but you see the trail on the tall mountain in front of me. There's a trail that seems to go up the mountain. I don't know if we're taking this one, but we will know soon. But look how cool, how nice the view is. Really nice. I like this trail. So we just passed the intersection that we're gonna go back on. So this part of the trail we're gonna come back on. So this goes to Razor Canyon, which I'm not sure what it is, but it seems like it goes this way and maybe climbs up these mountains a little bit so we can see some views. I'm not sure, but once we get there we'll make a U-turn, come back on this trail and continue to Black Canyon, which seems to be a bit tricky looking at the map, but we'll see how it's going to be in reality. So according to the map, this is Razor Canyon. Well, it is not exactly a canyon, it's more like a valley or something, but anyway, still nice. So at one point here we're gonna turn around and get on a trail that goes up to the mountains to my left, and then go back to the trail that we were on before to continue to Black Canyon. But let's see if I can catch a trail a bit ahead so I don't have to make a U-turn here. So I just made a very sharp turn on this trail, like 17-point turn, and then this will take us to the next trail that takes us up the mountain. And according to the map, it takes us to some mountain peak that if we're lucky, maybe we'll have a place to stop and look at some view and see some nice scenery. Yeah, this trail is a little tricky. There's all kinds of rocks on the trail that there's no way to get a good line, and I hear my differential keep banging on rocks. But so I'm going extremely slow when I see those rocks. But I don't know if you can see, but there seems like, oh wow, so a deer right in front of me. But anyway, there's a cabin right there, right in front of me on the side, on the left side, and it's, yeah, so it might be interesting to explore it. Look, this deer just standing there looking at me. Nice. But anyway, this trail is very, very slow. I have to go very, very slow, especially with the clearance like mine. So this is the cabin here to my left. That's interesting. I'm wondering how old this mine is. If it's like 50 years, 100 years. Toilet. Wow. But anyway, I see some structures ahead of me. I want to go check those out. But again, this trail is a little bit tricky. It's not technically difficult. It's just tricky because lots of rocks and stuff. We are close to the top, but not quite. But on this turn, you can probably, the roof camera can probably see, oh crap, this shelf road is scary. Uh-oh. Very scary, but very nice. Oh wow, look at the view. Unbelievable. I'm hoping that at the end of the trail I'll have a place to turn, otherwise I'm screwed. But really, really nice. Holy crap, this climb was something else, was a bit scary. So now I'm standing behind the truck because it's crazy windy here and you're not going to be able to hear me. I'm going to step into the wind just so you can see the scenery. Check this out. Freaking amazing. You can see, look, you can see the playa over there, the white spots. Look how amazing it is. But the climb here was freaking crazy, trust me. Okay, so we just spent a few minutes up there. It was a little windy, but unreal view. And now we are going down. You can see some of the view. I'm not sure how much to the sides does the camera see, but you see, I almost gave up climbing up here a few times because it became too difficult, too rocky, too whatever, too unfit for a full-size truck. Well, definitely unfit for a full-size truck, but we pushed through anyway, and it was so worth it. Now, by the way, on the top there is a flat, completely flat spot for one vehicle, so an excellent camping spot if you come by yourself and want to camp the night. I would, but so worth coming up here. So it was about 8,000 feet of elevation at the peak. No, not the peak, at the point of the end of the trail. So we probably climbed maybe 1,000 feet, I don't know. Maybe more than that, because down there it was 5,700. But anyway, so now it's going to take us a while. We're going to take it easy, go down the hill. There are lots of very tight switchbacks with vegetations and rocks, and so easy does it on this trail, but it was 100% worth it. Look at this view. I'll turn on the outside camera on multiple spots throughout the descent so you can see the insanely amazing view. Really, I don't know, I have a feeling that not many people, especially with full-size truck, are coming up here, and those people don't know what they're missing. If you ever came up here, of course I put the coordinates in a video so you can see exactly where it is. If you came up here with a vehicle, even a motorcycle or anything else, just add a comment, let me know what you think. How did you like the view, if any? Okay, this is actually, you can see the beautiful view, but this is one of the sketchy spots that there are thick vegetations on both sides, and also a few rocks that you have to pay attention to. Otherwise, you know what happens. But anyway, you hear, I don't know if you can hear the screeching and scratching of the branches on the paint. By now, it's almost music to my ears. I got used to it. It's horrible music to my ears, but still music to my ears. Anyway, you see the cabin, the roof of the cabin down there. And the scenery is still, I mean, you cannot see the playa, the flats, you know, the white flats or salt flats, but you can see the valley below, which is really nice. So we just got to the trail that we saw earlier, like the fork, and we made the right, and now we are going toward Black Canyon, I think it's called, yeah, Black Canyon. It looks, well, you know, it's an okay trail. I just have a sketchy feeling going to this Black Canyon because it seems fairly long and very twisty and such. So it's now 3 p.m. Ideally, we would be in a camping spot by about 5:45, 6 o'clock. That gives us a couple of hours to set things up, eat, and then before the night comes down. But anyway, coming back from that crazy climb and the nice scenery, it'll take a lot to top that. We'll see if the Black Canyon does that. The trail just did a sharp left, and it's
hardly there, is it?
And it's kind of sketchy because it's almost no trail. I can only see the trail because I can see far ahead and you can see the outline of it, but it doesn't seem like it's a trail that is used very much, but we'll see. Okay, there's a fork here. I need to figure out if I'm taking the right or the left. Yeah, take the right according to the map. Maybe this one is a little better. Yeah, actually yes, this one seems a bit better. Good. We just entered the wilderness area. I don't think we're at the canyon yet. I mean, obviously a canyon will be low and we are climbing up. So we are on the way to the Black Canyon. But trails, you know, it's a little sketchy, but no big deal. It's okay. I have a feeling that it's going to be pretty sketchy through the canyon, but feelings don't count. We'll see. Oh, look, you see? All rocky trail. Another nice shelf road with nice views. So that's a plus. And let's see if we continue to go, if the view becomes nicer. I'm assuming as we kind of circle around the mountain going up, the views will become nicer and nicer. I'm thinking if we will get to the point that I will say majestic. I don't know. We will see. So we climbed up the hill for a while and looks like we are on top of a ridge right now. Now it's called Black Canyon, but maybe we are not in the canyon yet. It looks like oh wow, holy crap. Now you can see the same view I see. Freaking amazing. See, there's rock. You see the white stuff there? That's the playa that we're gonna get to once we get off the mountain ridge and once we get out of the Black Canyon. I guess maybe the Black Canyon is right here to my right, and we are now on one of the sides of the canyon. Oh wow, look to the right over there. Look how cool that is. Those jagged rocks that standing, it looks like they're standing straight. Unbelievable. I wouldn't be surprised if they filmed parts of Lords of the Ring here. I don't know, maybe they filmed Debbie Does Dallas here? Who knows? We are going over the top of the hill now. I'm sure there'll be great view on the other side. Let's see. Oh, nice. Yeah, you can see the white. That's the salt flats. I don't know if it's actually salt flats. I think it's just a flat, dry, old or ancient lake bed. But it looks very nice. I'm so glad we did some of the trails that we did today. I had second thoughts on almost each one of them because they all look kind of sketchy. But I think it's worth it. I mean, we all do this for this, right? We want to enjoy the scenery, we enjoy the challenge. So I enjoy it. Holy freaking cow. Unbelievable view. So unique because this white flats and wow. I have to pay attention to my driving. Not only I'm filming, I'm holding the camera in one hand and I'm looking at the view instead of looking at the trail, and I'm on a shelf road. Not very smart. Well, if you are now watching this video, it means I survived. If you are not watching the video, nobody would know. Just because I'm such a nice guy, I'll show you the view from the side window. The reason I stopped because there are lots of rocks there. I don't want to drive and do this. What do you think? Cool, right? So I put 4 low 1 and I'm just going slow and enjoying the view. It's unreal. This is so nice. We are still in the Black Canyon. We're going up and down here, as you see. Now we're going all the way down, and then on the other side we're climbing all the way up, and I guess we're gonna make our way to the playa. This is so nice. I'm so glad we came here. When I saw this trail on the map, I almost had second thought because it looked so sketchy, but I'm so glad we made it, and I'm so glad we went uphill in the other place over there. This is so cool. Such a great scenery, such a good trail. If you are in the area, full-size truck, well, I wouldn't come here with a trailer necessarily, unless it's like a small overlanding dedicated trailer or specifically for off-roading. But other than that, you have to come here. So we went left, right, up, down. We went about 1,000 feet again. So the trail is going up and down, and now we are facing the view again, the playa. So hopefully from this point, the trail kind of descend all the way down instead of turning and climbing again. It's about, what is it, 4:40 p.m. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll be down by the playa maybe at 6 o'clock or so, which is perfect for camping. If not, we'll camp on the way somewhere. Man, I keep banging the differential on rocks. Hopefully I'm not gonna split it open on this trip. But anyway, we are now at kind of like the lower levels of the hills. So I'm hoping that from this point on, it's only going downhill. And you see the little white spot right by the trail? That's the small playa that, if we're lucky, we can camp there tonight. But let's see. I'm guessing that it'll take us about maybe half an hour to get there. But look at the view. It's really, I keep saying this multiple times because it's so cool. All right, so we got to this small playa here. It's not bad, it's just windy, which is fine. You know, we're kind of used to being wind. The question is how windy it's going to be at night. But you can see it's a kind of a small circle, relatively small, that we can camp here.